Hi friends, my name is Narasimha and I'm studying BTech second year of CHD group in IRE College. Today, as a part of my AIT Tech Talk videos in the subject of computer organization and architecture, I want to explain about a new topic which is already familiar to you all, and the topic name is RAM versus CAM. CAM is not camera. We all are aware of two memories which are of primary memory, that is RAM and ROM, random access memory and read-only memory. Today, we will get the differences of RAM versus CAM. Let's go to the topic. First of all, what is RAM? The full form of RAM is random access memory. Random access memory, which is shortly abbreviated as RAM, is a form of computer memory that can be read and changed in any order, typically used to store working data and machine code. A random access memory device allows data items to be read or written in almost the same amount of time irrespective of the physical location of data inside the memory, in contrast with other direct access data storage media. Here, while coming to the RAM, Para is explaining about the use of the RAM. The RAM is used for the storing of the computer memory and it can be modified and that can be read and changed in any order which is contract with other direct access data storage media. And RAM, such as some examples of RAM are hard disks, CD drives, and DVD drives, and the other magnetic tapes and drum memory which are present in the computer, where the time required to read and write data items varies significantly depending on their physical locations on the recording medium due to mechanical limitations such as media rotation, speed, and arm movement. And this is a small example of the RAM. It's a part of it. It's a drive. Next, come to the CAM. The full form of the CAM is Content Addressable Memory. Content Addressable Memory is a special type of computer memory used in certain very high-speed searching applications. It is also known as associative memory or associative storage and compares input search data against a table of stored data and returns the address of matching data. Here, compared to the RAM, the CAM works fastly and it is used for certain very high speed searching applications. Means if the data is very large or it is the memory location of the data is getting of the memory location is very speed, then for that type of purposes, the CAM memory is used. The data word recognition unit was proposed by Ridley Allenbook in 1955. Next, while we go into deep of the CAM, CAM is frequently used in networking devices where it speeds up forwarding information base and routing table operations. This kind of associative memory is also used in cache memory. In associative cache memory, both address and content is stored side by side. When the address matches, the corresponding content is fetched from the cache memory. We all are aware of cache memory, which is used to clean up every time for getting storage or for deleting the unwanted data which we are in mobiles. In that purposes, the CAM is also used because in this CAM memory, both the address means the memory location of the data and the content which is present in the data is stored side by side. When the address matches with the content, then it is fetched from the cache memory, which is removed. CAM is a chip that provides fast table lookups, mostly notably in network routers and switches. For example, internet routers search a lookup table millions of times per second to find the appropriate port to output packets to. We are aware of routers and the CAM is also used in the routers and the switches for fastest production of the output. Next. Now we coming to the topic RAM versus CAM. While we go to the difference of the RAM versus CAM, first difference is RAM stands for random access memory, whereas CAM stands for content addressable memory. In RAM, the user supplies a memory address and RAM returns data word stored at the address. In associative memory, the user supplies data word and associative memory searches its entire memory. The price of RAM is low as compared to associative memory, whereas the CAM is very expensive compared to the RAM. Here we can observe that Compared to RAM, the price of CAM is very expensive, and compared to RAM, the associative memory supplies very fastly as the memory as the information present in the memory. Well, we see in the function of the RAM, here we can see that in RAM, the user supplies a memory address and RAM returns data word stored at the address. Means how to supply, we have to give a memory address location to the RAM, then it will give them information present in the, at that memory location. Whereas coming to the CAM, the user supplies data word and associative memory searches its entire memory. Next, in RAM, it is used to store running applications such as programs and programs data for performing operations. Whereas in CAM, it is widely used in database management system. RAM is suitable for algorithm-based researches via PRAM. PRAM stands for parallel RAM. Next, CAM is suitable for parallel search. The RAM is contract of PRAM, but whereas the CAM is supportable for the parallel search. If the data word is found, RAM returns the data word. The data word is found, it returns a list or of addresses where that data word was located. A small difference is we have to supply the location, RAM gives our output. If you have to give the small data word, then CAM will give the entire memory and the address memory location of that particular information in the computer or in the device which we are using. Next, for any resource or for any device, there are pros and cons. Means the advantages and disadvantages both are present for that device. Coming to the RAM, the problems with RAM are: one major problem is the memory access path becomes the limiting factor for system performance, and most of the traffic is sending information back and forth just to calculate the effective address of the necessary data word. And the second drawback of second drawback of the RAM is it is the serial nature of the processing. Each piece of information must be handled sequentially. This approach is particularly slow in search and compare problems, where many items must be inspected to determine the outcome. The search time increases at the same rate as the list size. The performance penalty increases if a more complex comparison is necessary while searching, such as correlation or sorting the data. These whole two problems are compared to the waiting time of the user. According to RAM, if the size of the list is very big, then the searching rate also will be increased, and it will make somewhat difficult to the user to use RAM device for storage. Next, coming to problems with CAM. CAM also has some problems that are functional and design complexity of the associated memories, relatively high cost for reasonable storage capacity, poor storage density compared to conventional memory, slow access time due to available methods of implementation, a lack of software to properly use the associative power of the memory. Compared to RAM, the features are very good, but the cost or the complexity of using this device is very high. First point says about the complexity of associative memories. Second point discusses about the high cost compared to the RAM. And third one is poor storage density compared to conventional memory. And fourth one says that if the methods are implemented, the access time will be slowed down. And last one is a lack of software to properly use the associative power of the memory. As we all know, RAM is an old device, means it's used from long ago. So the software available is very rich. But compared while coming to the CAM, there's a lack of software. So due to the high features also, due to the lack of software, we can't use this device properly for our storage or for our searching purpose, etc. And this is a small diagram for saying the internal operations done by the CAM and RAM. Here because it's the search data that is a 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. As we all know, computer language only understands only 0 and 1, zeros and ones. So I have given an example of that. And while coming to the RAM, the output part is equals to B. Means every adjacent two elements are compared with the other memory addresses locations, and it will give the output as we require. So here we have known the main definition of the RAM and CAM, content addressable memory, and random access memory, and the difference between RAM versus CAM, and problems with CAM, RAM, and problems with CAM, and a small diagram. Thank you, friends. I hope my lecture is useful for you, and I think it is useful to understand the difference between RAM and CAM and to get a proper idea between the RAM and CAM. Thanks for watching.